Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's Crush It in Sales podcast. My name is Melinda Van Fleet, and I'm a sales, strategy, and success coach for businesswomen. And thank you for joining me. Gosh, we are about to head into a new year. Yes, and many of you are extremely excited for this. If you follow any astrology, you'll know that a lot of astrologers have been talking about the new year and planets shifting and things moving, and we've all had a lot going on. So any way you slice it, I bet you the majority of you are excited for a new year. I'm always excited for every day, and I'm always grateful for every day. But yeah, I guess you could say I'm pretty excited for 2022, because if you listen to the Good Karma Success Coach podcast, you'll know I had a rough little batch of time with my husband and our business and some mechanical things. And anyhow, so I'm glad it's all behind me. But what I wanted to talk about today, which is in reference to moving forward, is making sure you are moving forward. I'm going to be real here. I'm going to be the tough coach, because I see many people doing things but not really getting uncomfortable and truly moving forward, truly putting themselves out there, truly being consistent, persevering, really doing the work. Because you know what? They get scared. Yep. And you may be one of those people because I see it all the time. And I can actually feel the energy of people through the internet. Yes, I can. I just got into this, well, I should say re-into this one group for a course I signed up for last year. And I'm like, you know what? I need to revisit this course and revisit the Facebook group. And it actually was a really good idea to do that on many levels. But one of the things I noticed was there's a lot of people that are in that start and stop mode, right? Which has to do a lot with being uncomfortable, persevering, pushing through the fear, doing the work, being consistent, and knowing that results happen over time. They don't just happen overnight. They don't. Even if you may think someone has overnight success, I bet you if you had a conversation with them, they would tell you all the time and effort and energy and learning and training and pivoting and tweaking that they have put into their business to get to the level of success they are at. So you may just be finding them now and you might be, oh, wow, they're so successful, and they may trigger you, and they may actually trigger you to stop doing the thing because you feel that you cannot compete with them or measure up to where they're at or even be in the same lane as them, right? That's comparison and judgment. But underneath it all, they've done the work. They got out of their comfort zone and they did the work. So what does this look like? Because everything I just said is stuff that people say out there on the internet. I know that. Some of you may be rolling your eyes. But what does this really look like? This looks like stop all the studying. Stop all the, I've got to take this and I've got to do this and I've got to do this and I've got to do that. Take some time before you sign up for something, before you buy another book, before you say yes to another Facebook group, or any of those things that are distractions. That doesn't mean you shouldn't always be learning and moving forward and picking up tools and tips to grow your business or to make your life better. That's not what I'm saying. But there's a lot of stuff out there that's just stuff that you don't really need, that you may be purchasing or signing up for based on FOMO. And I have talked a little bit about FOMO and money-making FOMO in the past. I know I've written about it on Medium for sure, and I'll put the link in the show notes here. But really take some time before you say yes to something to understand, is this just a distraction that is going to take time away from me actually getting uncomfortable in doing the thing that brings me business, that brings me sales. See where I'm going with this? So we can spend our time treating our business, our baby business, however you want to put it, like a hobby. And we're continuing to learn and tweak and, it's not perfect yet. So I don't want to, put myself out there because it's not perfect. And we talk ourselves out of these things in our heads. That's all mindset. We talk ourselves out of these things in our heads. So we don't get afraid. And if we do feel a sense of failure, it's okay. It was just this, thing I was trying, and it's okay that it didn't work. And those are those voices in our head that end up taking over. But you have to keep pushing through those voices to get to the level of success, right? And that's stuff like people don't talk about, but that's what all those other successful people had to do. They had to keep doing the thing and pushing aside those small self voices so they could get to the level that they're at now, right? Because if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Let's remind ourselves that. That's one of the biggest things you could always remind yourself of. If it were easy, everyone's business would be thriving, on fire, abundant, super successful, world renowned, whatever's on your vision board, right? Everyone's would be that. But you have to push through that small self that's keeping you distracted and keeping you from moving forward. It's really, really important. And in the same bucket as distractions, there's also details. And I know I have had this on occasion. Luckily, I have had a really great mindset in terms of pushing through the small self, but it can happen to anyone. You can get stuck on building something, on perfecting, even with Medium. I'm on medium.com as a writer. I got back on in October. It's something I've been talking about. It's a great, great platform. And one of the things you can end up doing as a writer is, let's say you write an article and then you sit with it for a few days and you don't end up posting it, right? Because you're afraid. You didn't put it through Grammarly. You want to look at it again and make it perfect. No, you need to hit publish. Write it and hit publish. I always do my articles in the same day, or I write it at night and then look at it again with fresh eyes in the morning, and then I hit publish. It never goes longer than 24 hours. It's always less than 24-hour time frame. So I push through that uncomfortableness of that wanting to be completely perfect with all the details and push publish. And that's just one example. You may not be on Medium, but there's probably something out there in your business that you are consumed with the details about. It could be anything. It could be a website. That's like one of the biggest ones, right? You have this website, you want it to be so perfect before you launch it and you tell people, and then time goes on and everyone's like, "Oh, you got a website?" "Yep, I got a website." Progress over perfection. I don't know who initially invented that saying. It's as old as the hills, but it's so true. Just keep going. Every day you want to get a little better at something. A little better. You don't have to be perfect. But that wanting to be perfect, whether it's paying attention to the details like that at that micro level, or continuing with distractions of buying another course, signing up for another training, working with yet another coach that's not helping you move forward, they're in some other minute niche. Don't do that to yourself, because what ends up happening? Oh my gosh, all of a sudden another year has gone by. And where have you gone with your business? And unfortunately, it does take time to build a business, but use that time productively by getting uncomfortable and moving forward with putting yourself out there to sell, to tell people you're a coach, to get your energy in alignment for that. That's a huge piece of it. There's not only the tactical piece of the things, right? You maybe think of, oh, well, now I got to get a business card. Well, now I've got to do a brochure. Well, now I've got to start a podcast. All these things is what we tie up our energy with. And then we think about, what if we fail? Or this is just a hobby. We circle through all these things in our brain, right? So that's all part of the energetic alignment too. So you have the tactical piece of the things, and then you have the mindset and the energy work too. And all those things kind of have to come together in a synergy and be like clicking along for things to start to work. So if any of you are out there and you're feeling this way, just take some time, take a journal, go outside by yourself if you can, if it's not freezing cold, and just think like, oh my gosh, this is me. Crazy Coach Melinda is saying, she's calling me out on my shit. I'm too sucked into all these distractions. Yes. What can you edit? Or if you already paid for something, just be aware of it and move forward, and don't do that again unless you really need that tool. You really need that tool. I have cut way back on all of these things. The beginning part of 2021, I should have listened more to my intuition, and I didn't. And I made some high ticket mistakes that I hate to say the word regret, but I kind of do. 2 different coaches I paid a lot of money for, and it was not a good idea to do that. Learn from my mistakes. I have definitely learned, and I won't be doing that again. But, that's all part of the growth, so I can't beat myself up. But I'm sharing this with you so you can start off the year in a really good mindset headspace, so you are moving forward and doing the work that brings you business and brings you sales. You're not just spending time filling out forms of this and that and this. That really is just time sucking, right? Time sucks. Do the things that bring you business. So I hope this podcast helps you. I hope this really gets you fired up. Let's get fired up. The excitement, the energy, all those things, that is what is also going to propel you forward faster. Look at the different things that could be distractions, that could be things you're trying to get really, really perfect before you put yourself out there because you're afraid. Look at those things and edit them. And if you need further help, I would love to help you. I have been in your shoes. I totally get it. And I can help you move forward faster through all of these things and get you to a place where you are earning money in your business. So contact me for one-on-one coaching. It's melinda@melindavanfleet.com. You can definitely check out my websites. I have a very, very affordable Supercharge transformation course at $222 that goes over all of these things that really help you build a foundation. And it's the work I have done. It's like getting inside my brain. I have put it in a pre-recorded course so you can watch at your leisure. If you're like me and you get up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and that's when you want to do some mindset work and some training to help you move forward, then this course is for you. And also have a medium course out there that is only $47. If you are interested in getting on Medium, it's an amazing platform with 86 domain authority. 86 out of 100. That's amazing. So that is also a way for you to move your business forward. So all of these things are on my website. Follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Until next time, I hope you crush it in sales. Thanks for listening and have a happy and safe new year.